Hi everybody, welcome to my Khan Creative channel. I'm here to show you in this video how to paint pine trees, right? The last time I told you all it's you need to learn only 4 different trees. That is good enough, and you can paint quite a number of pictures, right? You can paint murals. Here I am showing you only the smaller scale. Once I get a wall, I'll be showing you the actual painting methods of painting on a wall. But those who want to learn painting on a canvas or cardboard or whatever material they can find on a smaller scale, you still can follow up, and the method is the same thing. Only thing is large scale and small scale. Large scale you need different ways of doing it. Smaller scale, of course, you need to use a small brush and complete the whole thing, right? As you all know, I already shown you how to paint the sky and the sea effect in my first video, and I follow up with that so that you can know how to paint the sky and the sea effect. At the same time, you can add in things to change the painting. As I already mentioned, today's video will be on pine trees. Please you can follow up, you can follow, or you take a good look at how it's done. My usual method is you paint black and then wait for it to dry, and then you can paint over, but not everything is black. Some of the background I can paint it like dark blue or a bit of grayish tone so that it shows distant, right? Or the front one will be very dark and followed by a bit lighter tone. So that is how I go about painting. Most of the paintings is actually done in that manner. Okay, so without any delay, we will start. Okay, to get started, take a look at the colors. These are the colors I'm going to use. Maybe some of the bright colors I may not be using, but the black, brown, and the okay, and this one over here is the greens. You can see the greens, yeah? Light blue, dark blue, cobalt blue, and yellow, luminous yellow, and red. Yeah. What about the white? Okay, to start, just touch the color, water and color, yeah, lightly, and start painting the shape of the tree. Yeah? Shape of the tree. So the big tree will be here, right? So look at how I'm going to hold the brush, right? This way I'm making a line, a thin line like that. See, like that. Okay, how it's done is actually on a flat surface. On a flat surface, your brush is touching like that at this angle. You see, the finger is touching the board, and the brush tip of the brush is touching at an angle. Then you draw a line, right, like that. This is how you hold the brush and draw a line. Don't draw flat and press. If you do flat and press, you get one thick line, right? If you draw like that, you get a thinner line. Same thing, you can use a thinner line this way also, yeah, flat, touching at an angle, you can, of course, when you move, you get those wavy lines, right? Okay, this is how you can paint. Now for the tree here, so once I make this line here, right, so what I'm going to do is just dab, this is only a guideline, as the tree is going to be just straight here. Okay, it's not the tree trunk. I use it as a guideline, right? Use it as a guide. See, this brush I'm using, you can like see through some of the tones. It's good for some painting effects. Yeah, you see, it's still going out of the line, but within that area, I am covering within that area, right, covering within that area. Right, here. Okay, you know, is tapering, tapering. So first you can make it like that, then after that you can taper out a little bit, as it comes down, you can taper out a little bit here like that. Now for the ground, as you all know, usually I paint just a black tone first, then after that we can decide what color to put in and things like that. Okay, maybe just draw one tree so that you can see clearly. The other tree over here, okay, I am going to touch a bit of the cobalt blue, right, cobalt blue, so that I am going to come out like this, right. Not necessarily you can change this C into something else also, you know, not necessary to be. So here I am going to touch a bit of the brown, lighter brown, just the mixture of these two colors here, brown, and I am going to go through like that. So not necessary to be a C, you can always change to something else. Okay. Now here you can have something like far away mountain or what, then just put a little bit of the green and a little bit of the blue, right, just very little blue. See, I did not wash the brush, I am using just the blue and the green, just maybe a bit of white, so you get something like very light color, grayish white color, green, then maybe like far away, you know. You can put it like that, right. You can change this to even a bit higher, no problem, yeah. Higher, so it becomes like a lake, you know. Okay, so here I can put a bit of the brown and the white, so I can show like there is some kind of a land here, right. Still using the same brush. Later you can change this to something else. Okay, now what I am going to do now is I am going to show some reflection effect. So I am going to use a bit of the dark blue, watery and light blue, watery color. So I go this way here like that, lightly go, lightly, lightly, watery a bit, just go lightly, and this way, right, and you can go a bit more darker, brown, blue, a bit more darker using a bit of the brown and dark blue, later I am going to put in some trees here, so it's going to be like, okay, now the trees, right, we can wash the trees, the far away trees, use this type of brush. You can use this type of brush, so the color will be a bit more darker. Okay. So what I am going to do is a bit of green, use a bit of green and a dark blue, dark blue, and some bit of black, very little black. So I'm going to just scrub through this area here like that, and see, I'm going to hold the brush this way, just dab this way, yeah, just dab this way. This way like that. So they are like, far away, there are trees there. Here you can't see anything, maybe some ground here. And you can clean the brush. As you clean the brush over here, like just paint it over. Okay, now little bit of the green, light green, and a bit of yellow. So now it's like, okay, quite a distance there. Touch a bit of the white, green, right? You can actually just dab a bit, lines, like some kind of lines there, just to show some different shades of the green. And again, touch a bit of the, you see, when I am painting all these things, this one will dry. This part will dry, then I can work on this very fast. Okay. Now I am putting a bit of the green here, like the reflection, right? Then a bit of the browns. I am going to work on this area now. Like a slope here, some kind of things. Later you can add in some greens here, make it like, okay. Now this part here, you see, there's a gap here, right? So the gap here, you need to use a fine brush, because this is a smaller painting. You need to use a fine brush and just do some lines there. A thinner brush, yeah. Thinner brush, smaller version, yeah. Or you can use a fine brush. If you want to use a fine brush, you can use this type of brush, or you can use this type of brush, right? Either way. So I'm going to use some darker lines. Yeah, touch a bit of the black, dark blue, green, dark blue. So here is going to be dark. Again, dark blue, dark green, and a little bit of black. Later we will blend it out. Here I am going to make it a bit brighter. This part here, between these two. I'm actually cleaning the brush here. Okay. Then once done, right, then just bring it down a little bit. Yeah, lightly bring it down. Yeah, lightly bring it out. Right, okay. So now, don't be too quick to like finish up this area. Let it dry, then you can do with some white lines there. Okay. Now this part here, in between these two, right. So what I'm going to do is touch a bit of brown, white, brown, white. Maybe you can touch a bit of the orange if you want, so you look a bit more bright. See? Some land kind of a thing, yeah. Even here you can. So maybe you can put some rocks or what. You want to paint rocks? You can paint some rocks here. So once you have done that, you can actually wash the brush a bit, then take another color, because once it's got a white or light color tone, you mix it black, it will become gray. So to avoid that, clean the brush and touch a bit of the brown and a bit of the black, then do the shadow, shadow on some shades here, right? Okay, now, so roughly you got this idea of how to go about. Now let me dry this part, then this part is almost dried, then you can use this brush again, same brush, you can use this or you can use this brush. This brush, because later what I am going to do is just press a bit so that it opens up a bit, then it's easier to do those plant effect kind of the leaves on the tree itself. Okay, no need to start with the very bright color, you can always start with the darker green, maybe dark blue, green, a bit of the yellow ochre or light brown, so it won't look so. This is some dabbing here and there, but follow the pattern, follow the usually the below part of the leaves is darker, so okay, you can put it like that, and you can extend a bit, nothing wrong with that. Okay, now one color is done. Next color, a bit lighter green. I haven't yet yellow yet, okay, just green. Green you can always add with a bit of the light brown. Like facing down, coming out like that. Don't cover, no need to cover all the black area, just a bit here and there. Okay, so you're still doing the darker tone, Still doing the darker tone. Coming out a bit, so if you find there is a lot of colors here, never mind, you can always wipe it off here, or maybe wipe it off here, some moss kind of a green effect. See, the bigger wall, usually what I will do is I take the brush and just wipe off on the wall itself, so it will be like one of the tones there will be different. Okay, now it's almost clean the brush, okay, no need to wash, because once you touch with water, the effect that you are going to create, it will be too watery, so it should be a bit dry. Now green and yellow, I haven't used the luminous yellow yet, the neon yellow, I haven't touched that, only the yellow and the green, right, yellow and the green, I haven't touched the other one yet. Okay, now concentrate on the top part, not below, top, or one side, or dabbing at an angle. Just use the tip of the brush, and turn. You can turn the brush, if there's colors the other side, again like green, yellow, okay. Okay, now I am going to use the bright yellow, the bit of white and green. Bright yellow, white, the bright yellow is a neon yellow. Top part again, I am just touching, just dab with the, turn the brush. I need to do all, just here and there. There are different type of pine trees, but never mind, just concentrate on one. Once you are good with it, then you can try some other different type of pine trees. It's the way you hold the brush and put the way you hold the brush, and you see I'm just like touching it lightly. Yeah. Yeah. Like that. So you know there's some dark colors there, some light color. It's all how you put the colors, right? Okay, now I got some colors here, right? So what I can do is just some plant effect here, and take one dark color again. And maybe since I got some lighter tones, right? Some bright rocky part here, what I can do is a bit of the brown, so it becomes part of the this rock here, right? And this part here, make it a bit dull, dark green. There's a bit of dabbing here. Okay. Now you can't see the below this part. Maybe you can just put a bit of the brown here, just to show, more browns. Okay. Now just now we left out this part here. Now what I'm going to do is, okay, wash this brush. Wash this brush. You can use a fine brush like this, flat, or it's another method. Maybe some other videos I will show you. Here is what you can do is just touch a bit of the white, or you can touch a bit of the blue also. You can white and the blue, right? White, make it a bit thin, watery a bit, so that it's easier to draw the lines. So I'm going to draw the line. So it's actually a flat brush, but it's a smaller version, right? Just draw some lines. Okay, if you think it's a bit too thick, wash. Just go over it. Make it a bit blur. Then touch again. Just below here, right? Too thick. Okay. Just pull, just like that. Pull. Okay. Okay, this will do. You can put a few lines here. Okay. Now this part here you still can improve a bit using some darker lines, dark brown, a bit of black, then maybe just touch up a bit here, some shadow kind of not too dark, not too dark, bright brown, lightly. Just to show the base, it's a bit darker. Usually the base is a bit darker. Right. See? Some shades here and there. Even here, you still can put some lines in. Okay. Okay. So this is how you go about doing the painting for a pine tree with some one is very near, the rest can be like very far, like those effect, right. Reflection effect, rock effect, maybe another video I can show you. This pine tree with some simple effect, just black, and then while the black is drying, you can work on this area, and some of this area. So once it's dried, then you can work on this. And just now when I was painting this area, you notice that it's still wet. I didn't use any lines or any effects on it. So what I did is concentrate on this pine tree, then after that touch up on this area. So this is how you can minimize the time and how you can complete these videos. Not fast forward, is showing you the real time taken to paint this, right. Thank you again for watching my video. Please subscribe and share. Thank you. See you again. Bye.